Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 26, Sloka 16 and 17, by His Grace Sundar Gopāl Prabhu, about the difference between animalistic life and human being. Please repeat. Yasva iha vai raja. Yasva vai raja. Raja Purusho va adande. Dandam pranayati brahmane va. Sharira dandam sa. Papiyan narake mudra. Sukar muke nipadati. Tatrati bal. Vinishpishyamano va yavo. Yatai vehe shukanda. Arthasvarena. Swanayan kvachin. Murchittaha. Kashmalam. Upagato. Yatai veha Krishna dosha. Uparudhaha. Synonyms. Yaha. Anyone who. To. But. Iha. In this life. Indeed. Raja. A king. Raja Purusha. A king's man. Va. Or. Adande. Unto one not punishable. Dandam. Punishment. He inflicts. Brahmane. Unto a Brahmana. Va. Or. Sharira Dandam. Corporal punishment. Saha. That person. King or government officer. Papiyan. The most sinful. Narake. In the hell. Amudra. In the next life. Shukaramukhe. Named Shukaramukha. Nipatati. False count. Tatka. They. Atibalai. By very strong assistance of Yamaraj. Vinishpishyamana. Being crushed. Avyeha. The different parts of whose body. Yata. Like. Eva. Certainly. Iha. Here. Ikshu Kandaha. Sugarcane. Arthasvarena. With a pitiable sound. Swanayan. Crying. Kvachit. Sometimes. Murchittaha. Fainting. Kashmalam. Upagataha. Becoming illusion. Yata. Just like. Eva. Indeed. Iha. Adrushya dosha. Who is not at fault. Uparodhaha. Arrested for punishment. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. In his next life, a sinful king or governmental representative who punishes an innocent person or who inflicts corporal punishment upon a Brahmana is taken by the Yamadutas to the hell named Shukarmukha, where the most powerful assistants of Yamaraj crush him exactly as one crushes sugarcane to squeeze out the juice. The sinful living entity cries very pitiably and faints, just like an innocent man undergoing punishments. This is the result of punishing a faultless person. Please repeat. In his next life, a sinful king or governmental representative who punishes an innocent person or who inflicts corporal punishment upon a Brahmana is taken by the Yamadutas to the hell named Shukarmukha, where the most powerful assistants of Yamaraj crush him exactly as one crushes sugarcane to squeeze out the juice. The sinful living entity cries very pitiably and faints, just like an innocent man undergoing punishment. This is the result of punishing a faultless person. Text 17. Translation purport by student basis for Sundar Gopāl. By the arrangement of the Supreme Lord, low-grade living beings like bugs and mosquitoes suck the blood of human beings and other animals. Some insignificant creatures are unaware that their bites are painful to human beings. However, first-class human beings, Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas are developing consciousness, and therefore they know how painful it is to be killed. A human being endowed with knowledge certainly commits sin if he kills or torments insignificant creatures who have no discrimination. The Supreme Lord punishes such a man by putting him into the hell known as the Kupa, where he is attacked by all the birds and beasts, reptiles, mosquitoes, fleas, worms, flies, and any other creatures he tormented during his life. They attack him from all sides, robbing him of the pleasure of sleep. Unable to rest, he constantly wanders about in the darkness. This is Andakupa. His suffering is just like that of a creature in the lower species. Forward. From this very instructive verse, we learn that lower animals created by the laws of nature to disturb the human being are not subjected to punishment. Because the human being has developed consciousness, however, he cannot do anything against the principles of Varnashram Dharma without being condemned. Krishna states in Bhagavad Gita 4:13, Chaturvarna Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhagashah. According to the three modes of material nature and the work ascribed to them, the four divisions of human society were created by me. Thus, all men should be divided into four classes: Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras, and they should act according to their ordained regulations. They cannot deviate from their prescribed rules and regulations. One of these states that they should never trouble any animal, even those that disturb human beings. Although a tiger is not sinful, if he attacks another animal and eats its flesh, if a man with developed consciousness does so, he must be punished. In other words, a human being who does not use his developed consciousness but instead animal surely undergoes punishment in many different ways. Om Agnanatimirantasya Gnananjanakshalakkaya Chakshurmedilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Tatapi Svadantikam Vande Shri Guru Shri Vedapalkamam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagananagunadhanvitam Tam Sadevam Sarvaitam Savadutam Parijanathaitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Saganalita Shri Vishakantam Sya He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhana Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Krupasindhubhe Vacham Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauramani Prasarine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deskarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasati Gauravakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Second. Not third, second.
Haribol. Hello. Hello. So thank the main volume. Hello. So thank you for joining in our Saturday Srimad Bhagavatam class. So today we are hearing about the various punishments inflicted onto the living entity for committing offenses onto other living entities. I think the first one is because when you are what?
Innocent, right?
Innocently punished. Then you have to, you will have to get the resultant punishment accordingly in the hellish planet. And if you are also harming the insects and mostly insects, bugs, then you will also get similar punishment when you go to. So you see how it is very detailed. There's no what we say, forgiveness. Perhaps you know the story of Yamaraj. One Muni, what is his name? Manduka. He, as a young boy, he put a straw into the backside of the ant. Was it an ant? Huh? He pierced it through. So as a result of that, he was arrested with a group of dacoits, and he was to be sentenced to be pierced through a arrow, I think.
Yes.
So of course, then the king found out why this sadhu got to go through this and excused him, but he was not happy. I think he went to see Yamaraj. Why you inflicted such a punishment? He said, because you were a child, you did it, You put this straw into the insect. So you have to be similarly be punished. So then he cursed Yamaraj. How can you do this? As a child, we don't know what we are doing. So from then on, any children below 12 years old, if they do such thing, they are excused. That doesn't mean that they should all go and do it. Right? They're excused. See, the interesting point is that violence is never accommodated. In the Bhagavad Gita, I think there's 4 places this violence is mentioned. Yeah? Because being violent, it's very detrimental for advancement in spiritual life. Because the places where this thing is mentioned, you can see Bhagavad Gita you have in 10.4.5.
बहवो हिंसित वृताः शिशवः पावकोपमः वयं दैव निसृष्टेन पुत्रिकैका प्रतीयताम्. My 10:45.
Why Srimad Bhagavatam?
बुद्धिज्ञानम् असम्मोहा क्षमा सत्यं दमः समः सुखं दुःखं भवो भावो भयं चाप्यम् एव च अहिंसा समता तुष्टिस्तपोदानं यशो यशः भवन्ति भावभूतानां मत्त एव पृथक्विदः.
You see here that ahimsa samanta tusti tapaha danam yasya
यशः
ayasya bhavanti. Can you read the translation?
Intelligence, knowledge, freedom from doubt and delusion, forgiveness, truthfulness, self-control, calmness, and pain, but death, fear, fearlessness, non-violence, equanimity, satisfaction, austerity, charity, fame, and infamy are created by me alone.
So these are all the qualities, good qualities that are created by the Lord. Can you go to the verse before this? Three.
Yes. He who knows me
Why the Lord suddenly jumped to this part? Can you go to 6? No, from here he went to speak about all these qualities.
He said he source of all the good and bad.
after saying he is the source of
Translation.
the seven great sages, and before them the four other great sages and the Manush, progenitors of mankind, are born out of my mind, and all creatures in these planets descend from them.
How the relationship with that 4 and 5 and this. It's a bit a little strange why the Lord spoke suddenly at 4 and 5. So, okay, he explained that these are all qualities created by him. They are mode of goodness.
All good and bad.
Yeah. Good and bad both.
The two verses are mentioning good and bad also.
The first one is good, bad, bad.
No.
Or
All I am.
fame, infamy, everything.
Pleasure and pain.
Yeah.
Birth, death, fearless, non-violent, are created by me alone. So all these good and bad qualities, of course, they all are coming from the Lord. Yeah. But in this verse, you can go to 13, 8 and 12, right? Here specifically, you see, he's speaking about amanitvam, adampitvam, ahimsa. Right? So non-violence is a very important quality for growing spiritually. Right? In fact, violence is never encouraged. See? See in this, what is it translating? Hello? The first, humility, see? Pridelessness, and then non-violence, and tolerance. See? So if you want to grow spiritually, then you have to develop this non-violence quality. You know, you're following. So even in the Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna was also talking about the demonic and the devotees, 16:13. 16:13. He was also saying the same point, you see. Ahimsa again. Ahimsa satyam. Akrodas, you see. So this can you read the translation?
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, fearlessness, purification of one's existence, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, self-control, performance of sacrifice, study of the Vedas, austerity, simplicity, non-violence, truthfulness, freedom from anger, renunciation, tranquility, aversion to fault finding, compassion for all living entities, freedom from covetousness, gentleness, modesty, steady determination, vigor, fortitude, cleanliness, and freedom from envy and from the passion for honor. These transcendental qualities, O son of Bharata, belong to godly men endowed with divine nature.
So these are characters, the qualities that comes with what we say, one who is a devotee. The same point is also said in 22:147, 145, 22:145. Two verses, 22:145, 147. See again here. Can you read the translation?
The path of speculative knowledge and renunciation is not essential for devotional success. Indeed, good qualities such as non-violence and control of the mind and senses automatically accompany a devotee of Lord Krishna.
See? So if you say you're a devotee, then automatically you will get what? Non-violence and control of the mind. Brahman, Sama, Dhamma, Sauchyam, correct? Sama means what? Control of the mind. Dhamma is controlling of the. Can you go back again? 147.
O hunter, good qualities like non-violence, which you have developed, are not very astonishing. For those who are engaged in the Lord's devotional service, are never inclined to give pain to others because of envy.
See this again. So you cannot be violent if you are a devotee of Krishna. And you can see that the same point that Arjuna, he was not very inclined to fight, They tried to become non-violent. Of course, violence has to be employed for the proper purpose under the authority of the Lord. But generally, you become because that is this hunter story, no? You know the story of the hunter, right? Huh?
Brigari.
What is his name?
Brigari.
24:273. 24. I think this is the story of the hunter, no? Can you read the translation?
O hunter, good qualities like non-violence, which you have developed, are not very astonishing. For those engaged in Lord's devotional service, are never inclined to give pain to others because of envy.
This is the same point, is it? Because initially he was very violent, correct? Not only violent, extremely violent, right? He was killing the animals. Can we go to that part there? What verse is that? 24. Narada Muni saw him, no? Hello, what is that verse number? See, why did you can read?
Nagini then inquired, "Why did you not kill animals completely? Why did you half kill them by piercing their bodies with arrows?"
So this is what he was doing. Here. Can you read on?
The hunter replied, "My dear saintly person, my name is Mrugari, enemy of animals. My father taught me to kill them in that way."
So it is what? He was what? Taught to kill animal. Afterwards. Next.
When I see half-killed animals suffer, I feel great pleasure.
See again. When I see half-killed animals suffer, I feel great pleasure. This is a word here. Para, dukkha, sukhi, and para, sukha, dukhi. Is that the thing?
Yes.
Para, sukha, dukhi means what?
I'm unhappy when others.
When others are happy.
I am happy when others are unhappy. Yeah, para, sukha, dukhi.
I'm unhappy when they're
Oh, same thing. Yeah, I see the demons are happy when they see others.
Unhappy.
In the Bhagavad Gita, this thing is there.
Yeah.
Do you know where? Do you know where? Aham bhogi. Huh? You see here, this is the
Next one is
where is that?
Hmm?
16? 16, 13. I thought it was 11 and I think it's 11. I am, what is that? No, I think it's next 13. See here, it says,
16, 13, 15.
so much wealth do I have today, I will gain more according to my scheme. So much is mine and it will increase in the future. More and my enemy I have killed.
I have killed him.
I'm the Lord of everything. I'm the enjoyer. I'm perfect, powerful, happy, and I'm the richest man surrounded by aristocratic relatives. There's none so powerful and happy as I am. I shall perform sacrifice, I shall give some charity, and thus I shall rejoice. In this way, such persons are deluded by ignorance. So you see in this thing that he's happy because he got rid of all his enemies. You see this point here? So there are two kind of a person there. There are two kinds of, what is that verse that say there are two kinds of person? Hello? Hello? Wife? No. All right, anybody else? Demonic and Devatas. Pretty good. Very good. There are only two class. In Bhagavad Gita 16, 16:6. So you see here, hello. Thou Bhuta Sargo Lokosmin Deva Asura. That's what? Deva and Evacha. Daivo Vistarasya Prokta Asuram Parthameshu. Actually, there's another word that more clearly explain this. It is coming from Pattam Puranam, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Krishna
Adi 391. So you see here. So here you see. Again, same thing. Thou Bhuta Sarga Lokos means Deva Asura Evacha. So there are two classes of people, right? One Vishnu Bhakta Smrito Deva. So anyone who is a Vaishnava is classified as what? As Vishnu. And Asura Tat Viparya. Viparya means something opposite. Huh? Viparya means something opposite. So Asuras are opposite of that. So what is the distinction between the devotee and the non-devotee? What is the difference? What is the difference? Devotee, a devotee who is a devotee of Vishnu and a non-devotee also. What is the difference? I think that the word 16, the Sampat,
Devi.
16.4. Prabhupada was giving a class on this, of this verses. He was giving a class. Said that, no, not this.
Yes, Prabhu.
So here, Daiva Sampat Vimokshaya. So see, if you go on to this line of being a Daiva means what just now? Devotee. Sampat, the asset of that is liberation. You get what? Liberation. But if you do not go in that side, Asuri, you see, Asuri, Sampat, then you become what? Can you go to the translation?
The transcendental qualities of conducive to liberation, whereas the demonic qualities meant for bondage do not pertain, O son of Pandu, for you are born with the divine qualities.
See this? So in other words, this quality of a devotee, Vishnu devotee, he of course is consciousness such that he is going to become liberated. Whereas those who are not, who are committing violence, so many things, their consciousness is for bondage. That is two classes: Vishnu Bhakta. Just now the word Vishnu Bhakta.
Smrito Deva. Smrito Deva.
Smrito Deva. And then the Asura Viparya, something separate. You follow? So the beginning quality of everything is this one, ahimsa. See, that's why Buddha, he was very much, actually his number one principle is what? Ahimsa paro. Because this violence is, Prabhupada is so many times condemning. When he talks to anybody, especially a Christian, what he will say? You Christians are expert in killing, he said. And the first person you kill, Jesus Christ. He is always, with the Christian is, practically with everybody, he was always stressing this non-violent. Because if you become violent, then this thing they cannot work, You develop what?
Divine.
You demand. That's a worst, When you are violent, where is that? If you are violent, then you cannot be religious. It doesn't go together. Where, where?
16, 14.
Where?
10, 4 and 6.
No.
16, 14.
No. Where is it? 1642. Huh? He said, oh, he said, oh, okay. I didn't hear, I thought you said 10:1. See here, this was very important.
Ego translation. Yeah, is torturing others.
Para sampidaya, pain to others.
Is a religion.
Sampidaya means pain. See that? That means violent. Sampidaya means what?
Violent.
Violent. Can you read this?
How can a religious system that produces envy of oneself and of others be beneficial for oneself and for them? What is auspicious about following such a system? What is actually to be gained? By causing pain to one's own self due to self-envy and by causing pain to others, one arouses your anger and practices irreligion.
So, if you are violent, you cannot be going to. You understand it? So, in other words, all this what jihad. What? The jihad is this. In the Gita, this is also mentioned. You know where? 17, 19, and 12, 15. Not so much. 18, 18? Hello? 18.5. 18.5, 17, 19. Go 17, 19 first. Mode of goodness. No. You go to 18, you see the mode of goodness there. Either it's 18, anyway, first take this one up. Is it there?
Penance performed out of foolishness with self-torture or to destroy or injure others is said to be in the mode of ignorance.
See that again. Huh? The what? Injuring others is the mode of ignorance. Huh? So someone asks you, where in the Gita you can, Gita starts already with violence. Correct? So they ask where. That violence different with authority. And this is what? Torturing others, yes? You understand? 18, hello? 1820, correct. Go to 1825. So you see here again, Krishna is saying, there you go.
The action performed in illusion, in disregard of spiritual injunctions, and without concern for future bondage or for violence or distress caused to others is said to be in the mode of ignorance.
See that? So if you commit violence, that is very difficult for you to make spiritual. Especially why you say you cannot commit violence to others. Why? What is the idea? Why? After all, you're not killing the soul. This is my words. You can eat them, no problem, but you're not killing the soul, the body. Yeah. So how you argue on that point?
Causing pain.
Huh? How you argue that? Someone will say like that to you, correct? I'm not killing the soul, no. The soul is free, no, correct? I'm only eating the body. What the harm? Body will die anyway. Huh? So when they ask you like this, what you will say? Huh? Huh? You are part and parcel, yeah, but still part and parcel. What different? You must quote verses, huh? Hello. Otherwise, I can sit here and hear all your so-called speculation. I don't want that. I want you to tell me where this point is countered.
219 for good.
Yeah?
219 for good.
2:9,
19 for good.
2:19. I don't know what is that. Can you take it out? Let's see. But specific arguments, let's first go to the Gita. Right? Where in the Gita that this point is counted? Hello? 17, give you an answer. 17, 5, 6. Right, you see here in this verse, Asastra Vihitam Goram. Correct? Can you read the translation?
Those who undergo severe austerities and penances not recommended in the scripture, performing them out of pride and egoism, who are impelled by lust and attachment, who are foolish and who torture the material elements of the body as well as the super soul dwelling within.
Is that point here?
Yes.
If they torture the body, means they also are torturing the dwelling within. Because the soul and super soul cannot have any problem, but because they are created inconvenience. Yes? Right? So that is considered as what? A demonic principle. Actually, even to shed more light on this, we can go to what? 329. 329. Wow. Three 29 what? What is that? Hello. Do you know those verses in 329? Hello? All the soul, super soul, one who does puja but he neglects the super soul. Hello? 21. Start reading from 21. So you have to know these verses because torturing the body also means torturing the. You understand? Hello? Can you go? Can you read?
I am present in every living entity as the super soul. If someone neglects or disregards everywhere and engages himself in the worship of the deity in the temple, that is simply imitation.
See that? Hello? You understand? You can, that's why you can do big puja, but you eat big meal. Then what is it? It doesn't go well. In fact, there's another word. Now you carry on. We'll read another one. You see?
One who worships the deity of Godhead in the temples but does not know that the Supreme Lord as Paramatma is situated in every living entity's heart must be in ignorance and is to be compared to one who offers oblations into ashes.
Clear cut here. What? Hello? What is it? If you are doing your big puja, but you don't know that God is in the heart of the, and your puja is considered what? Putting in the ashes. Are you understanding? Hello? In other words, if you are eating meat, torturing, and go and worship God, it doesn't flow. It doesn't what? Doesn't work. It doesn't what? Just now you read, the Lord becomes angry. He becomes what? Angry. In other words, such a person is wasting time. Is what? Yeah. What is that? Putting ash in the fire, or what? Putting
Oblations.
oil in the ash. Is what? Any use? Wasting time. Next word. Next word.
One who offers me respect, but is envious of the bodies of others, and is therefore a separatist, never attain peace of mind, because of his inimical behavior towards other living entities.
Again, he cannot attain what? He cannot. Idea of worshipping God is to get peace of mind. What is that? In other words, like today you see the situation. Everybody is supposed to be big devotees, some Ayatollah, some Christian, right, Jew, every guy is there. Huh? And what are they doing? Killing each other, cutting their throat. Why? What is the reason for that? Because their inimical behavior, they are not seeing the super soul in the heart of everybody. Huh? You understand this? Huh? So they are missing the point. They are missing the. And what is the central point?
Krishna.
Who? What is the central point?
Krishna.
And you don't have Krishna, then you cannot have peace. That's also said in the Bhagavad Gita. We'll come back here. Hello. 23, not finish. 23 and then a few more.
Okay.
24. Okay.
My dear mother, even if we worship with proper rituals and paraphernalia, a person who is ignorant of my presence in all living entities never pleases me by the worship of my deities in the temple.
Never please. Bogus. It is what? All these demigod worshippers. What? Huh? You saw the incident, no? They were going to kill Bharat Maharaj, no? Jada Bharat, no? You know? And she what? Popped out. The whole deity burst. She could not bear to see a devotee being killed. Yeah, you know the story.
Yes.
Huh? See? That means the Lord is never happy when some living entities are killed. That's why ahimsa is one of the very important basic principles. Now we read. If you are a devotee, then naturally you must be ahimsa. Automatically, correct? That's now we read. Huh? So you see how these two rhyme together. We say rhyme together means what? Must go together. So to have a kind of a envy, to have this, I mean, extreme envy is what? Killing, no? Correct? It cannot be in the heart of a devotee. It cannot. See, next word, you see.
Performing his prescribed duties, one should worship the deity of the Supreme Personality of Godhead until one realizes my presence in his own heart and in the hearts of other living entities as well.
Next verse. You see this verse, huh? Very important word. You see here.
As the blazing fire of death, I cause great fear to whoever makes the least discrimination between himself and other living entities because of a differential outcome.
Just because they don't, animals look very strange, huh? And you try to what? Look at them in a very funny way, the Lord is not happy. So you see how this important, what we say, uh, philosophical understanding that the Lord is in the heart of every living entity Even though you don't see the Lord in the heart, but theoretically you have to. You understand? You see here, if you don't accept even theoretically and understand that, no, the Lord is there. Although I cannot see, I must. Otherwise, it also comes to what? Punishment. Comes to what? That's why today's word that you cannot even kill the mosquito or what you're not allowed. Why? Because the super soul is also. You follow? Of course, Prabhupada told us that if they attack you, you got the right to kill. I mean, what to do? You're not going around killing them, but you've been attacked. So, but the understanding is so important, you see. That's why to create harm, create violence, is never in our scriptural standard. What to speak, and when one rice fall on the ground, right? You step on it, what will happen? What will happen? Parents will shout at you, isn't it? Why are you stepping there? What is that, a rice and why? Because there's what? Super soul in the rice hole, isn't it? To take off and you do. Huh? I don't know, you do or not? You don't do. You do? Don't care. Nasi, what? What is that nasi? What you cook?
Nasi cooking.
You cook nasi lemak, you don't care. So you see how important this point is. You see, there's so many verses we are showed, right?
Yes.
Correct? So, therefore, if a person is not, if a person is violent, then he cannot go to God. Is that this verse, another verse, 10:1-4, is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, the Lord says, everyone can come to me, except the one who is. Who's that? The one who is violent. Is it? The one who's killer of animals. He cannot go to God. Eh? Can you read this?
Glorification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is performed in the Parampara system. That is, it is conveyed from spiritual master to disciple. Such glorification is released by those no longer interested in the false temporary glorification of this cosmic manifestation. Descriptions of the Lord are the right medicine for the conditioned soul undergoing repeated birth. Therefore, who will cease hearing such a glorification of the Lord except a butcher or one who is killing his own self?
See that? That means if you commit violence, then you cannot go to God. You're considered the killer of your.
Own self.
That's another verse, I think it's 11:5. Huh? Killer of the soul. 11:5. What is that? That's the killer of soul there. Can you take that? Huh? 11:5 what? 17. See, the killer of the soul.
The killers of the soul are never peaceful because they consider that human intelligence is ultimately meant for expanding material life, thus neglecting their real spiritual duties. They are always in distress. They are filled with great hopes and dreams, but unfortunately, these are always destroyed by the inevitable march of time.
So these killers of the soul, because their consciousness is what? Polluted. They're only in the material consciousness. You see that? Hello. Neglecting the real spiritual duties. They are always in distress. These killers of the soul. And then so another verse also about the killer of the soul. You know where is that?
11:27. Well,
11:27.
11:27.
Guru Karma.
It is in the issue of Panisha.
Okay.
Take that down. So when you say killer of the soul, you must know where are the killers of the soul. Right?
Asuryanamate loka andena tamste pretyavi gachanti yeke chatma janaha. The killer of the soul, whoever he may be, must enter into the planets known as the worlds of the faithless, full of darkness and ignorance.
In other words, he goes to hell. So the killer of soul goes to hell, correct? And he is never happy. Materially also not successful. Always in this. Killers of the and killer of the soul cannot go to God. Correct? And killer of the soul means what? One who commits a lot of right. So you see how bad this quality of violence is. Therefore, anyone who is a meat eater, he has got no place in the kingdom of God. No place in the kingdom of. He is practically a citizen of the darkest region of hell. Whatever here. He is a resident of the. So therefore, committing violence is very dangerous thing to do. Very, very dangerous. Do you understand? By today's class, I'm sure you understand how the consequences are very detrimental. That's why if you say, it's all right, you can be a meat eater. And there's another word, creating pain. This creating pain, 10, what?
10.
Huh? 10. This creating pain, is it? Is it pain? Hello?
Yes.
Can you read?
When while living, one may be proud of one's body.
No, not this one. Pinprick.
14. By seeing their faces, one whose body has been pricked by pins can understand the pain of others who are being pricked. Realizing that this pain is the same for everyone, he does not want others to suffer in this way. But one who has never been pricked by pins cannot understand this pain.
You understand? So therefore, giving pain to others, a real compassionate person cannot. They're very painful. Understand? That's why when Draupadi lost the 5 children, yeah, and Ashwatthama was killing, correct? He was brought to her because he killed the children. And Bhima wanted to kill him immediately. Correct? And Draupadi said, don't kill him. And what was the argument? What was her argument? I'm suffering the pain. I don't want our guru's mother. What was? Can you take it out? I don't want his mother to also suffer the same pain. Huh? Do you know? Ma, don't not.
Yeah.
Ma did make her cry. See that? Can you read the?
My Lord, do not make the wife of Dronacharya cry like me. I am aggrieved for the death of my son. She need not cry constantly like me.
See that? See how she is already so much in pain. 5 sons, you know, they were ruthlessly, very ruthlessly killed. How they were killed? While they were sleeping. Yes, yes or not? Huh? And she is feeling the pain of losing her children. Yes, and she doesn't want that to happen to, although he is the killer. Is the one. See how compassionate the, because Krishna had to expand himself with 4 hands and trying to stop Bhima. He was going to kill him. Right? Arjuna was, I think, 2 minds or something. Was that the scene? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Of course. Then Arjuna cut his what?
Pain.
The jewel on his head. Huh? What? There's a jewel on his head, no? Forehead. On the head, no? He cut. So in that way, it deprived him of his what? Whatever he had, Of course, he was also cursed after that. But the point that we are trying to say is this pain, So when you understanding this pain, a devotee will not want to give that pain to others. That's devotee. But if he is not devotee, I suffer, you must also suffer. It is a different consciousness. I suffered, I want to see you also suffer. That is not devotional what? Devotee, he wants to make sure that others will not go into this pain. And therefore, you see how great a devotee she is. So therefore, hurting someone is not very much. You follow? Especially killing someone and taking their body and having a feast. That is very, very bad. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, we had festivals in our house. Everybody enjoyed except the poor goats.
Today's day.
Huh? Today. So you see how this is not something, because they're chanting Hari, some consolation. But the point is this, that doesn't go together. Killing, violence is never what? On the path to God consciousness. It is in fact a very, very what? Dangerous action. If someone commits violence, then he is assured to go to hell. For example, killing the cow. What is the consequence of killing the cow? Beef biryani. Huh? What is the consequence? Do you know? You know the word? CC, 17 what? As many heads of the cow, that many years you have to spend in. Is it that? 17 what? Hello? You see here, just by killing cows, how many years you have to spend in?
Not the number of hairs. Number of hairs times 1,000.
Times 1,000 still, that's already bad. Times again 1,000, hello? That's one cow. Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Cow killers are condemned to rot in hellish life for as many thousands of years as there are hairs on the body of the cow.
Thousands of years, as there are hairs on the body of. Hello? How many cows you eat? How many years you going to go? You're not going to come back, boy, if you go. Yes? Only one cow, Prabhu, I had. Yeah? Yeah, one cow is bad enough? Huh? Yes? You see the consequence. Huh? And then, let's say you eat the cow. All right, Prabhu, I eat the cow, eat the animal. What happens? You eat the fish? Oh, yeah. What a, they say oh, it's white meat. I'm eating what? White meat, no? Do you know where the word in Manu Samhita? Do you know? If you eat the cow, you get the reaction of the cow. That's bad enough already. Then you eat the goat, you get the reaction of the, maybe not so much head, but you know, something. But if you eat the chicken and karma, if you eat the fish, you know what kind of reaction you're going to get? Hello? Yes, here, see?
No.
Where you know?
No. Showing only the-
This is not
No, it's not
Manu Samhita, 5th chapter,
20, I think.
54, 55. Hello, take it out. So you please make note, this is a very important point. Why? Because everyone will tell you, no, 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 I'm only eating some white meat. No? What? White meat. What? You see what is white meat is all about. Please take note, because this one is very important point. Prabhupada also spoke on this point. You know, not just that in the Manu Samhita. Where we what is 54? So if you eat the meat of the fish, you get the karma of eating the cow, karma of eating the what? Goat, the chicken, everything.
1.5.
What happened?
They say 5.15. No.
Did you get it or what? Huh?
Mhm. Ah. He who eats the flesh of an animal is called the eater of its flesh. He who eats fish is the eater of all kinds of fish. Hence, one shall avoid fish.
Is that why was the number? 515. So he who eats the flesh of animal is called the eater of its flesh. But he who eats fish is the eater of all kinds of flesh. Hello? You can't believe. You know what is you can believe? No dry fish. You can't believe is the small fish. You know?
Same as
As Silema must put that. Yeah. What do you call it? Small one? They call it anchoy, is it? Huh? Anchor visa.
actually.
I pronounce this anchoy. Small, tiny little fish. Hello. I'm thinking you're going to be a tough time, boy. In other words, all activities now you are doing is a clear cut path to help for no return. No what? No return. From morning breakfast to your evening dinner. Hello? Where are you heading? I'm telling you, this violent thing is so dangerous. That's why Lord Buddha also came. He said, Ahimsa, no violence. But they say, the top Buddhist guy said, rather than eating so many little animals, better to kill one big one. Look at the guy's philosophy. So better to eat the big cow than kill so many little animals. Is it? And Lord Buddha came for what purpose? Please don't kill. You see how Kali Yuga has gone so bad. Killing has become synonymous with the daily living. And you see how detrimental it is. That where are they going? Where will they not go? Where they will not? So please take it a little seriously. You cannot condone this activity. Never mind, you eat a little egg is okay. No? It starts. Correct? You follow? Especially India now. All, coastal cities all become meat eaters. The, mainland a bit now, the majority are vegetarian, but Pakistan,
No majority.
everyone is,
All are meat eaters.
even Brahmins, born Brahmin, they are the worst rascals. Hello. See how dangerously the society is going. Where is it heading? A very painful situation. And you can see every month there's a war. And it's not that they're fighting, let them die. But you also affected your guests. Tomorrow no guests. You have to go to the forest, get the wood. Lucky we have some land there in our place. We have some wood. Suppose you cannot get, then what? Start fire in your house. I tell you, you see how the whole situation is so very much what? Completely in a mess. How you going to eat? How you going to? Lucky there is no window. At least you can sleep, without the what? Heater or something. Imagine if you are in a cold place, can't even get water to wash your backside. You pass stool. You want to go wash your cold water can. Think. I don't know you ever been you have been to the cold country. Even in summer you need hot water. It's such a nonsense. The whole situation is very, 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 what we say, painful. Why Krishna is doing this? Why? Why? Because everyone is so sinful. Everyone is what? So sinful. They are not daily, day by day. This thing is increasing more. What's the word? 12 to 1, I think. 12 to 1, I think. 12 to 1. Yeah? Day by day. You see, all these things are going down. What is this thing that is going down?
सत्यम शौचम क्षमतया कालेन बलेन रमसि नानक्षन्ति आयुर्बलं.
Can you read it?
Yes. Shukdev Goswami said, then, O king, religion, truthfulness, cleanliness, tolerance, mercy, duration of life, physical strength, and memory will all diminish day by day because of the powerful influence of the age of Kali.
Doesn't it? Day by day, this mercy, What is that? Cleanliness, tolerance, duration of life. Everything will go down. Finish. Practically no mercy, but yeah. I mean, we are heading for disaster. If we don't take shelter of Krishna consciousness, particularly Krishna, then we have no hope. We have no, there's no one. If you don't want to become a devotee, there is no chance whatsoever. Where is that verse for that? I think it's the last verse of the Bhagavad.
Now,
Yes? The last verse of the Bhagavad. Is that?
number last one.
Is that? This is the last verse of the Bhagavad. Nama Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranasanam. Right? Pranamo Dukkha Samanas Tam Namami Harim. This is the conclusion of the whole Bhagavad. What is the translation?
I offer my respectful obeisances unto Supreme Lord Hari, the congregational chanting of whose holy names destroys all sinful reactions, and the offering of obeisances unto whom relieves all material suffering.
This is the conclusion. If you don't want to do this, then it's the opposite. Is the one. You cannot get any relief. Cannot get anything other than this is simply a waste of time. So you think carefully this class. If you leave the association of devotees, you're going to associate with non. And non-devotees means what? You're going to be influenced in eating meat, having illicit sex, gambling, and intoxication. And there's no way you can escape. Correct? So think. You think that we are all wasting time in starting the temple. Actually, starting this temple is so important. Huh? Correct? If this temple is not here, what you will do? Saturday programming. Huh? What? Is it? After you finish Saturday program, you will go to Komala. Huh? Take out the onion. The dosa, you take out the onion. Eh? What? Tell me. Listen, it's not going to work. Right? It is not going to. So, moment you get contaminated by mode of passion and ignorance, Krishna said, this is your biggest what? Moment you eat, finish. Yes? So be warned. Kali Yuga is an ocean of fault. There's only one good thing left. What is that? Actually, it's not that much. I was thinking of 24, 1, 4, 1, 2, 5. I'm thinking of this way. You see, there's so much problem in this Kali Yuga. See that? Can you see? Can you read the?
O great learned devotee, although there are many faults in this material world, there is one good opportunity, the association with devotees.
Is that? There's only one real good thing, association of
Devotees.
because the association of devotees will be the strengthening principles of your devotional life. Such association brings about great happiness. Due to this good quality, our strong desire to achieve liberation by merging into Brahmana falls and become weak. In other words, trying to become what? One with God and all this crazy Mayavad nonsense is all what? All this nonsense is finished. So see how important this association is. All right, I think I pretty much covered this subject. Huh? Is there anyone to add something more on this?
Wait.
The camera is going to him.
Yeah, bro. The regarding the meat eating, the 7 people implicated in the
Yes,
6 or 7.
that's also in the Manu Samhita.
Where you can find that?
There is in the Manu Samhita. You can take that one out. 1737. Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam 1. Bhagavatam 1737. So in the Manu Samhita is what? There here. You can read that? Can
Who
you
has mind should
read?
He who gives permission, he who kills the animal, he who sells the slaughtered animal, he who cooks the animal, he who administers distribution of the foodstuff, and at last he who eats such cooked animals' food are all murderers, and all of them are liable to be punished by the laws of nature.
Oh, you got all these 7 people, 7 mosquitoes, all implicated. No, Prabhu, I only had he killed, There's no excuse. There's no one who what? First one. What is that?
he who gives punishment.
First one who gives permission. He who what? Kills the animal. And who sells the slaughtered animal. Eh? And he who cooks the animal. He who administers distribution of the foodstuff. And at last, he who eats such cooked animal. All of them are implicated. Manu Samhita 551.
Yeah, just now. So for those who are in online, don't think that screen is frozen. I'm showing only Vedas. This one I'm just reading. He who approves, who cuts. Oh, sorry. Yes, no. He who approves, who cuts, he who kills, he who buys and sells, he who cooks, he who serves, and he who eats it are slaves.
Anumanta. Sakshi Anumanta. This Anumanta is one who gives permission, right? Hare Krishna. So you see, you cannot say, what? I don't know. I don't care. You cannot argue on that principle. The consequence is very, 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 very detrimental. Right? And if you want to visit the hellish planet, your choice. What? Fish curry. Huh? What? Telugu New Year. What do you cook?
No. Telugu New Year we cook pure vegetarian.
Oh, you're lucky. You Telugu, huh? Escape. Huh? 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 Hyderabad biryani. Huh?
Ugadi pure vegetarian.
Ugadi biryani. So you see how dangerous it is. Correct? Please be careful and be warned. You cannot compromise and you should not compromise. Please save others from getting into a mess. Yes? Anything else? Who?
Oh, can you kindly explain why is it the Shastra mentioned killer of the soul, not killer of the bodies? I mean, why they say so? Soul cannot be killed.
So when we say killer of the soul, that means that he is supposed to go back to God Krishna. Yes? So if he doesn't want to do that, that means he is killing the process that the soul should return to God.
Process.
You understand? Like now, what is our objective? To go back to God. And if you don't want to do that, that means you are what? You are stopping this process. That means you are killing the soul. That's also another word, you know. That's a favorable wind. That's a good captain. Take that one out. You see, all these favorable things are there, and if you don't employ it in the service of the Lord, then you are considered a killer of your
11:27. 27.
nirdeham adya.
దేహమాత్యం సులభం సుదుర్లభం ప్లవం సుకల్పం గురుకర్ణధారం మయానుకూలేన నవాస్వతే తేరితం పుమాన్ భవాబ్ధిం నతరే ఆత్మః.
Atmaha, killer of the soul. Is that? Can you read the translation?
The human body, which can award all benefit in life, is automatically obtained by the laws of nature, although it is very rare achievement. This human body can be compared to a boat, can be compared to a perfectly constructed boat, having the spiritual master as the captain, and instructions of the personality of Godhead and favorable winds impelling it on its course. Considering all these advantages, a human being who does not utilize this human life to cross the ocean of material existence must be considered the killer of his own soul.
Then, that clear? All right. Any other questions? Okay, I guess we'll stop here. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Premanandi.